What's good, YouTube? It's Sir Rome of RaRa's, and today I'm here with my lovely girlfriend,
Shrilonka.
And we will be doing episode 3 of Mob Psycho 100. I'm going to talk about the plot. We're going to talk about our likes and our dislikes, and then we're going to rank it. You got anything you want to add in before we get into the video?
Nah. I'm good.
Trying to think if I got anything. I guess we'll just jump right in. Let's get it.
Yes. Run, girl, run. It was a virtuoso, Skip. It was a virtuoso.
Dynamite.
Yeah. It's a black guy review.
My hen dog. Where is my hen dog?
It's a Rome and Shrilonka.
Standing right here, right now. We're going to the Super Bowl.
If you like that, subscribe. Yeah, it really helps with the views. Yeah, it's a black guy review. Yeah, trying to start something new.
Cold guy, right.
Alright, so first thing we're going to do is talk about the plot. I'm going to let Bianca start it, and then I'll ad-lib and jump in whenever.
Okay, so the episode pretty much started with Mob training with the Body Improvement Club, and like he was barely getting by, like huffing and puffing, lagging behind, and pretty much passed out. And the dude was just like, oh, he's probably had anemic or something like that. So the leader brought him back to the telepathy club and asked the leader of that club to watch Mob because he passed out.
Let me add in, it was actually, the telepathy club was who we brought him to, but they don't have the room anymore. It's the Body Improvements room, but they just use it for storage. So they let the telepathy club still hang out in there and play all their games and, just fuck off in there, because they just use it to store their weights and stuff like that. But you can keep going.
Okay, so after the Body Improvement Club leader brought him over to the other leader, the leader in the telepathy club was just asking Mob, like, why are you trying to do this and that? You should be proud of the, powers that you do have. And Mob wasn't going for it. He just was just like, I just want to be big and buff, and, went over his crush. How do you pronounce her name? Sumombi, I think. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but yeah, that was his main goal, and that's why he was just like.
And it turns out he didn't actually care to be strong. He didn't actually care to be buff. Really, all he wants to do is be popular.
Yeah.
And the girl told him pretty much like, you're not gonna be popular just because you get big and strong. It's more to do with it than just that. So it kind of hurts Miles' feelings, and he ends up walking home. I don't know if he's actually sad or not, because he always looks normal to me, or he always looks down.
Yeah.
But he was walking and he ran into this lady, and she was like, "Why are you look so sad?" And he was like, "I'm not." And she's supposed to be like, understand where he's coming from. She's guessing all this stuff like, oh, did a family member get sick, or did you blah blah blah, just ask him a bunch of questions, and finally she gets to what's really wrong with him. And she's like, oh, you're looking for love. And he's like, how did you guess? Even though she had already
like 5 guesses. I don't know, it was just funny. Like, she went through, she's like, oh, your grades must be lacking. He's like, oh, I'm doing pretty good in grades in school. He's like, oh, you must be having something going on in school, at home. He's like, no. She's like, love. And he's just like, how did you know? And then that's, and then also the lady had on like this creepy smiling like mask, and then she brought him, into an elevator and brought her down to the LOL club.
So pretty much she brings him down. Everybody in there is wearing a smiling mask like that lady was wearing. And they push him up to the front. They're like, oh, you're a new member. They can tell because he don't have a mask on. So they put the 3 people that's new up in the front. They introduce their leader. Their leader makes them all laugh with some whack shit. Like, none of it's funny, but they're all laughing from it. And then he's like, oh, it's a homeless guy there. And the homeless guy like, what are you laughing for? I ain't got nothing to laugh about. They put the mask on the homeless dude. And once they take it off of him, he immediately starts laughing. So right then, something's up with these masks. And then they put it on Mob. They put it on the girl. It's a funny scene because when they take it off of the girl, she tries her best not to smile and laugh, and she makes a funny looking face.
Yeah, when they first took it off. It was actually, the girl was, I think, Mazzato. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but she was just like, hey, you remember me from homeroom class, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how they brought her in, but anyways, they put the mask on her, and like Rome said, they pulled it off, and like her voice inside was just like, I don't want to laugh, but she just forcefully started laughing and giggling, and she was just like hurting to smile type of deal.
Yeah, it literally looked like it pained her to smile at first.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. But then he's like, my mask can make anyone smile or blah, blah, blah. But then when they take it off of Mob's just sitting there with the same stale face that he always does. And the dude starts trying anything he can to get Mob to laugh. He's like, we're going to do a contest where y'all drink milk and then who laughs first, and Mob don't even crack a smile. They spitting milk all in his face. He's still keeping that same look on his face. And this whole time, his number, which I think to begin the episode was at like 40%, his number till he explodes is just rising like really fast. Like it's at 67%. Then at one point it gets to like 80%. And it's obvious to tell that like when he gets triggered by something, that's when his number starts to rise. And then they pretty much explain like that Mob, the reason he is the way he is because he holds in all his emotions. And as his number rises, his emotions are like building and building and building. And once he gets to 100%, that's when all his emotions will come out of him. So the masked guy is like, all right, you got to face me now. And he tries to make Mob laugh the same way. Doesn't work. Mob comes to realize that this dude has psychic powers because the dude's sitting there like, you know, trying to like actually press his psychic ability on him to make him laugh. And then they both realize they got psychic powers. And he's like, why won't you just let it out? Like, why won't you laugh? Like, let out, have any type of emotion. It's pretty much what they're saying. And Mob has a flashback. Do you remember the flashback?
What did he have a flashback to?
The girl that he likes ended up telling him like,
get a clue.
Yeah.
And that's like the little messages that I was talking about in my recent review. Is just like the episodes have messages, like when they put the mask over, you know, these poor people or homeless people or whatever, it's just like it's forcing you to smile through the pain perhaps. And he flashed back to that part in his life. She was just like, get a clue. So then that just like again triggered him, and his percentage went up to I think 100. And
but the reason she's saying get a clue is because like a guy comes down the slide like ass first.
Yeah, with his butt out, and he wasn't. It was just funny because Mob kind of reminds me of myself. Like I won't say I have zero emotion, but I just pretty monotone. But I was laughing my ass off at that part, and I was like, dang, he's not even laughing at that.
Yeah,
and the girl's like, get a clue, and then he just I think went up to 100.
She means get a clue because everybody's bullying him, pretty much saying like, dude, you never laugh at anything. Like you don't get jokes. And then he looks to her thinking she's gonna be on his side, and even she says get a clue.
Yeah.
And they kind of it like messes with his head. So when this dude tells him get a clue, it just it boils him over. And once he gets to 100%, his personality and everything changes. Like they said, the emotion that he uses is rage, or that's the one that built up the most and like burst out of him was rage. So his hair is standing up now, Super Saiyan-esque, but not gold or nothing. But like he don't even look like the same person to me when he goes to 100%. And it gets real colorful. He's got like these weird colors, like aura surrounding him. And the guy tries to fight him, but I mean, like I've been saying about this show since the start, it's like One Punch Man. The dude lands some hits on him. They do nothing to Mob. Actually, when he hits Mob, it ends up like disintegrating his hands. Oh, and I forgot to say, the guy is like actually a spirit inside of a human body. Like he actually is like this big buff green spirit. He's not actually a human.
Master Dimple.
Yeah, that's his name, Master Dimple.
Master Dimple is his name.
That makes sense because his smile, Dimple.
Yeah, it was a creepy smile, but yeah, I guess the spirit got into an actual human, like he said, and you know, whenever he got defeated, everybody was just laying there like discombobulated, like what happened because they got taken over. Just
to speak on how he defeated him, Mob simply touched his forehead with his finger and
went like this.
Yeah, and just obliterated him like easily.
Yeah.
That's why I keep saying he's so much like Saitama. Like so far, nobody can even compare to him in strength. But yeah, everybody's knocked out. Mob ends up leaving and talking to Reagan, and Mob feels really bad because he's like, I feel like I've ruined this whole group of people that was happy and laughing, and it's really not a happy group of people. I don't know if Mob understood it or not, but it was a cult. The guy was a cult leader. He was forcing everybody to laugh and smile, but still on the inside, all these people were not happy. It was forced laughter. So Mob actually did a good thing, even though he doesn't realize it.
Yeah.
And Reagan did you have the quote Reagan told him? Reagan tells him something at the end, like,
I don't know, I missed that.
It was like something to the point of like, you just got to live your own life. Like it don't matter if everybody else is not happy. It's all about your happiness or you finding yourself type deal. And that's why I always say that Reagan is like a good teacher to him. Like, yeah, Reagan's using him at the end of the day. He's definitely using him. But he, at the same time, he's helping him along his journey too, because he seems like the only person that's like mentoring him to like find himself. You got any other things with the plot you want to add in before we get into our likes and dislikes?
No, besides just like Master Dimple wasn't allowing Masato, the girl, and Mob leave until they left. And they got the girl to laugh pretty easy, but with Mob it was just like he wasn't budging because he just has no emotion outside of rage, and he was pretty much upset because I think they did put the mask on, take it off, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not popular, I'm about to leave." And
oh yeah, he's like, if this group isn't gonna make me popular, I don't even know why I'm here.
Like Mob is very like set on, if it ain't gonna help me, I'm just gone. So he wanted to be popular, it didn't make him popular, so he's like, okay, I'm out. And he's like, no. And that's when he went against the 3 leaders. They didn't make him laugh, and yeah. So
yeah, at the end of the day, Mob wasn't there to like save anybody. He just ended up saving a bunch of people as like, you know, just a side thing for him. But really, he was just trying to leave, and the guy wouldn't let him leave, so he ended up murking the dude and then set all of them free. But yep, that'll do it for the plot pretty much. This episode was actually pretty cool to me. I enjoyed it. But let's get into our likes and our dislikes. You want to do like first or dislike?
We can do likes.
All right, we'll start with our likes, which is the sauce. Yeah, it's the sauce. And like I always say, you can't have a lot of food without sauce, so you need your sauce. You want to start?
I guess my like would be, in every episode, it's just like they're always giving off a message, and I really like that, like the whole smiling through your pain type of deal, because all those people in the cult, like one lady, she did say a testimony like, you know, I remember sleeping under a bench and now I'm laughing. And I'm just like, just basing how Masato was thinking in her head when they took the mask off, how she's like, I don't want to smile. I could imagine what she was thinking. So yeah, I like that message.
It was a strong message. My like would be Mob making his own decisions. He blew off the telepathy club in the last episode, and then now he's supposed to be with the body improvement club to get popular, and he ended up in this cult trying to get popular, and it wasn't what he wanted. So, you know, he left there too. Like he is focused on becoming popular right now. That's his whole goal, and he's sticking to his goal. He's not letting other people influence him to do what they want him to do. He's just gonna do what he wants to do at this point, which is good for somebody that, you know, seems so lost like he does at the beginning of the show. So I enjoy Mob's growth at this point. You got any more likes?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. I like how Mob is like, he's pretty set on what he wants and he'll go after it. Even like there, he's like, okay, I'm not popular, I'm gone. Like, I don't want nothing else. I don't care about the people, this and that, the smiles. Like, if I'm not popular, I'm gone. So I like that in him. Yeah.
Another like for me would be the fight scene, because like I say, I love the animation when they start fighting. It's really colorful, and Mob, just to show how overpowered Mob is pretty cool. And this is the first time we see him get to 100%, and obviously when he's at 100% at this point, can't nobody fuck with him. It's like clear as day.
Yeah.
And this is the first time we saw him actually go against somebody else that they showed their psychic powers, not just the spirit itself trying to punch him or whatever. This time the guy actually had powers, and he still couldn't fuck with Mob in any way.
Yeah,
so
he was kind of just seeing through it all, like, no.
Yeah.
Type of deal.
Yeah,
so I like that.
And I forgot to add in, they were saying that like Mob was trying to figure out if he can use telepathy, where he can actually like read other people's minds. And I don't know if he can or not at this point. I guess he's just never really tried. But when the guy was trying to get in his head, because the guy was kind of using telepathy to make people laugh, but he couldn't get into Mob's head. Like Mob had a force field over him, or whatever the case is, to where he could not phase Mob emotionally. So yeah, so Mob isn't only a psychic. I feel like he's gonna have telepathy and a lot of other powers. Like, I mean, I guess he is just a psychic, but he got telekinesis and telepathy and ESP. He can sense spirits around him. So he's actually got like multiple powers when you think about it like that.
It's just the matter of learning how to use them properly, I guess.
Yeah. All right, we'll get into our dislikes, which is our trash pile. Trash pile is pretty explanatory. It's the bad stuff we don't like. You want to go first?
I really didn't think of anything I didn't like in the episode. Like, I'm just like, I didn't know. I
Um,
think I'm pretty good.
for me, once again, Reagan wasn't in this episode a lot. When he's there, he's always perfect. Reagan's like a really good character. But it's starting to seem like, I mean, it's called Mob Psycho, but I thought Reagan was just as much as the main character as Mob. But it's starting to seem like Mob is going to be more of the main character, and he'll just talk to Reagan throughout the show, which is kind of disappointing to me because I was looking forward to them being like a duo. But another dislike for me would be I don't know, man. I didn't like the way the mask and stuff looked. Like, it bothered me watching it. It made me feel weird seeing all these people with these weird looking smiles on their face. Not a bad thing, but it was just eerie feeling the whole time. I'm not a big fan of cults in any sense. And so I guess it just bothered me to see a cult where a bunch of people were laughing the whole time. It's just weird. But that's all I got for dislikes. You want to rate the episode?
Well, I would say one dislike is just like, I mean, I know it's only the 3rd episode, but I kind of wish that Mob would kind of like, you know, face some like defeat at some point. Like, it was like One Punch Man. It's just like easy.
Oh, he's not gonna get defeated. Not no time soon, at least.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just like, you know, at least, you know, get, I don't know, tossed around a bit. But this is only the 3rd episode, so I would say that's my only dislike.
Well, I will give you a spoiler. I have seen an episode where there was a guy that's really fucking strong that they're gonna show soon, so you will get to see that.
Yeah, then you don't have to beat him up, but still just like show, like, make him feel like, oh, okay.
Oh, I got another dislike. It's not actually a dislike, but a freaking like spirit popped up at the end of the episode, like out of nowhere.
I was like, what is that?
And we didn't really know why. I mean, I've seen him in the episode. I knew he was gonna be in the show, but I have no idea why he
like
showed
a
up.
Booger.
Yeah, he's this green gas-looking spirit.
Yeah, and I was like, what? And then it went on to.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Pokemon or some shit.
I don't know. It was weird. I think it was from the Master Dimple.
Maybe. I don't think
like,
so, but maybe.
I don't know.
I think him going 100% has got something to do with it, but I don't know. I really don't know. But all right, let's get into our rankings. You want to rate it?
We're going A to
S, A, B, C.
I think it was a B. It was good. Like, I don't think this show was bad. I like it.
I'm with her on that. I gave this one a B, maybe B plus. I think the episode before this was better than this one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like if we binge watch this like I want to do, this show is gonna end up being like S tier. But right now we're watching it episode by episode, and this was one of the slower episodes, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
And it had some funny moments, but it wasn't as funny as the first 2 episodes. So I give it a B. You got anything you want to add in before we get out of here?
No, I haven't seen episode 4 yet, so I don't have nothing to hold back like I did in the last review. Because I had a lot to say about that, but no.
Yeah, I thought this episode was going to have a lot more to do with the Body Improvement Club, but they got them out of the way in the first 2 minutes. We didn't even see them no more.
Yeah, it was more focused on the cult type of deal.
But before we go, y'all hit the like button if y'all like these videos. Leave a comment letting us know what's your favorite episode out of the first 3. Or you could just leave a comment letting us know how you feel about Mob Psycho or anything. No spoilers in the comments though. And y'all please hit the subscribe button. Like I said, we're at like 170 views. We actually did 2 videos back to back, so y'all probably gonna see the other one and then this one pretty close to the same time. Y'all hit the subscribe button. Hopefully we'll be at 200 by the time both these videos get out. And you got anything else?
No.
All right, y'all suck it easy.